In order to truly align with the thing that you desire to create, the thing that you have absolutely decided that you're going to create, you must understand purpose, and you must be able to really dissect and come to understand your deep sense of purpose. What are you here for? Now, oftentimes when people ask that question, they're asking something outside of themselves, that question, and they're hoping to get an answer back. But really, it comes down to asking yourself that question and giving yourself the answer. Now, how do you come up with the answer? Sometimes it can just simply hit you. Sometimes, and most times, it is more of a process. You may think your purpose is to do this, but in fact, on your way to doing that, you may discover that really your purpose is something else. And it is along the journey of doing or wanting to do one thing that you come to the realization, because maybe an obstacle happens, maybe something stops you, maybe something traumatic happens, maybe even you are successful at that thing that you decided you wanted to be your purpose, or you understood to be your purpose. But even along the way, or even afterwards, you realize that that wasn't it. But many times when we come across understanding our purpose, it is through really tapping into the small but incremental little steps or stones or pebbles, right? Or the bricks along the road that actually leads you to the purpose. And you just have to focus on those small steps, where you are now, the next thing, in order for you to be led to your purpose in a way that is absolutely clear to you and really something that hits home. That's something that you really, truly acknowledge as your purpose. And so how do you come up with a deeper understanding as to purpose? What I've understood is that there are three kinds of purpose, right? There is your life purpose. That is the purpose of life. That is the fact that life is your purpose here, right? When you think about the grand scheme of why you are here to live life. That is what you chose to do when you decided to play this game of life, is to live life. And then to come into the self-realization as to who you really are along the journey of your life. But life purpose is really understanding the beauty and understanding and owning the appreciation and gratitude that you are simply here, to experience. Now, when we get into what many people look to understand as purpose, what we are then talking about is individualized purpose or personal purpose. And that is the thing that you want to do while you're here living this life, right? So you have your life purpose, which is simply you being here. And some people just simply live out that purpose. They are just here. They are just in this moment of being, and there is nothing else. And they are enjoying it, and they are enlightened and blissed and fully fulfilled in this living life. But many of us, though, we have this yearning to do something, to contribute to something, to be a part of something else besides simply existing. And that is your individualized purpose. And in that purpose, this is where the work happens. And this is more of the kind of purpose that I'm talking about, right? When we really tap into the mastery of our ability to create our reality, we're really talking about tapping into this era, this arena, this domain of individualized purpose. Now, with individualized purpose, as you are living your life, you are starting to experience certain things. You are starting to get what I call clues or breadcrumbs as to the things that intrigue you, the things that spark your curiosity, the things that ignite you, right? That stimulate you. And those things may lead you to inquire, right? To investigate, to analyze more about what it is that you did and how you felt about it. And as you do more of that, you may discover that you want more, right? So it causes you to go inside this rabbit hole of discovery, looking into that particular area of, adventure, right? For some people, it could be travel. Some people, it could be experiencing other cultures. Some people, it could be reading books. Some people, it's writing books. Some people, it's fitness, right? Some people, it's pottery. Some people, it's simply, building things, right? Carpentry. The list goes on and on and on. It's infinite. And even beyond what we have known human beings to do. You can even come up or have a revelation about something new, a new idea. And so as you go down and you travel through this journey of discovering what it is your purpose is, your individualized purpose is, you ultimately are taking the steps, right? And though, unfortunately, most of us are not mindful that we're taking this step. It's not something that we often intentionally do on purpose, even though I invite you to recognize that you can do it on purpose. Because when you do it on purpose, then it relieves you from the stress, the worry of thinking that maybe you don't have a purpose. What are you here for? Some people feel lost without feeling a sense of individualized purpose. But when you realize that, yes, we all have a individualized purpose, and the more you relax and trust that that purpose will reveal itself to you, as long as you are engaged with life, then you just simply can participate and also discover at the same time. So recognize that this process is a process of bringing the pieces together. So as you follow your curiosity, you will discover new things. You will try things. It will send you on a journey of, well, maybe this is it. And then you may find that that's not it. But it isn't a waste of time if you find out that isn't it, because whatever that was, it may absolutely help you with the next things. They all come together somehow. And when they come together, they absolutely create something that is unique to you, for you, because it is you who took this journey in the first place. It is you who discovered and tried out all these different things. And it is your mind, your consciousness, that pieces everything together and says, voila, this is the thing. This is what you can decide to do. And it is up to you. Some people decide to do it. Some people let their ego and their mismanaged ego talk them out of doing things because they feel doubt, because they feel like, well, nobody's ever done that before. Who am I? Blah, 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 blah. But we're not that person. You are not that person. You're not going to talk yourself out of your individualized purpose. You're going to absolutely go into it, and you're going to do it by basically dealing with one thing at a time, being in the present moment. How do you deal with things? How do you manifest things? How do you create the things that you have decided? It's simply by being in the present moment and focusing on what you can do in the present moment. That's the secret to it all. Many people want to come up with the perfect plan, the perfect strategy. But in actuality, everybody who is successful, they didn't follow their plan to a T. What they did was they had a basic idea, a basic blueprint, and then they just focused with everything that they had on the moment and what they can do at that current moment. And whatever happens next, they either made adjustments or they were ready to take advantage of that moment again and do everything they needed to do to create, to come up with a result. And so you have to understand that as you discover or rediscover your mastery over manifestation, as you rediscover you are the creator of your universe, you have to recognize that it is you identifying what your individualized purpose is by following your curiosity is going to lead you to truly creating a thing that is unique and special to you and you only. This is why we are here. This is why we are also individuals, because we have an individual talent, an individual responsibility to bring something amazing to the collective. So instead of making the ego the villain, because the ego is the thing that creates identity, instead of making the ego the villain and saying that we need to get rid of the ego, it is recognizing that the ego, its part in this is understanding that we get to do something that is unique and special for us, by us. So once you begin to bring these pieces together, right? Consciousness, right? Following your curiosity, honoring what the ego is and honoring your individuality, and then continuing to follow your curiosity, bring together all of these pieces, right, throughout your adventure, and following the curiosities of this and that and this and that, realizing that though it may be, quote unquote, a long journey, that journey finally gets you to the result, the blossoming, the fruit of all of the things that you have done together as one, simply for you to be the one to bring it to fruition, because only you can, because only you took that journey. You see, this is what's so beautiful about being individual, is that we are individually going on adventures, piecing together and bringing together skills and knowledge and insight to ultimately bring that experience into a place of purpose, into a place of fruition, into some kind of magical essence, right? Of something, a unit of something that's magical that we can share with everybody else. Thus, inspiring everybody else to do the same thing and take their own journey. So I hope that helps you today. Thank you so much. Feel free to visit drabundant.com. Continue to join me on this journey. Peace and abundance always.